They don't know. It's like margarine. They think margarine is it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're told margarine is good for you. So, you know, I've done twice now. I've done the gallbladder purge on Marcos because he's got gallstones.
Oh, wow.
Okay, which gallstones don't come from your gallbladder. They come from your liver.
Yes.
Oh.
They're made in your liver. They just fall down into your gallbladder. We all have gallstones. Everybody's got them.
Yeah.
Okay, but the stones get into like a pocket in the lining, and that's when you get the big pain. Now he must have a million of them because he's had it for years. He's had severe pain, but he
So they're made in the liver and they go into your gallbladder.
Yeah. So he goes to the doctor. He's already had the testing, but they don't schedule you for an operation. So Phil took him because he was in such bad pain. Took him to the doctor. So then they said, well, we want to do some more testing. So then they sent him like 3 other places. They give him they give him an appointment for May 20th, 2010.
Whoa.
And
That's the CAHA.
yeah.
Hello, people. This is healthcare. This is socialized healthcare.
And he says to Bill, I'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
Bill says, well, that's the plan. See, they only have to treat the ones who live until that time.
Right.
Which they'll probably reschedule you for some more testing when you get there because he already had the testing, so they already knew what he needed to do. So then I went into my Rainforest Remedies book. Which she's excellent at giving you the complete recipe.
I want that book.
Yeah.
Rainforest Remedies.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
She's got a lot of other books out too, and everybody, now that I'm looking at all my natural medicine, and even the people who write about medicinal plants here, she's cited in all of their stuff. So, I mean, she's really
Have you ever met Don Candida?
Phil went to him. Well, you know, when Phil had his rollover and his crush injury.
Right.
We couldn't get the lymphatic fluid to stop pumping, so he was on the wound vac machine for 3 months. We couldn't get off the wound vac machine, and that was really expensive because it comes from Texas, and we had to keep buying these cylinders to put in there that would fill up with the fluid. So when the last appointment we went to with the vascular surgeon at Clinica Biblica, and I said, how are we going to get him off the machine? He goes, I have no idea. He said, I'm looking everywhere. He says, I'm looking on the internet.
The cardiovascular surgeon
is looking on the internet to try to figure out how to get him off of this machine. So I said, that's it, we're going to the medicine man, right? I mean, what other options do we have? So I came home, that was on a Thursday, I came home, called Barry. Saturday morning we had the appointment with Don Candido.
Wow.
So he goes there, Don Candido puts banana leaves on the ground, this is his examining table, and you lay on the ground on the banana leaves. And in his
Nature's Teflon.
Yes, absolutely. Lord's Teflon for sure.
Lord's Teflon.
And so he lays there. You don't take your clothes off or anything. He never saw the wound. He examines you through the feet, which is a kind of a reflex technology kind of thing, right? Therapy. So
reflexology. All your meridians.
Yeah. So he's trying to hurt you through the bottom of your feet. And finally he did hurt Phil. And he says, okay, he says, you have a good brain, you got a good heart, but you got some dead cells. And then he goes into his little hut, and he does his preparations. He comes back out with bark of a tree, and we were to make tea, and Phil was to drink this tea 3 or 4 times a day. And it tasted pretty much just like regular tea. It really, I was surprised, because I drank some of it. I was surprised. And within like 3 days, we noticed the lymphatic fluid was slowing down. 7 days, we were just down to a drip. 10 days, and we were off the machine.
How much did you pay that guy?
$300 a visit. He treats locals for nothing because they don't have any money.
Can you imagine putting a claim into your insurance company for that?
Yeah. So we went.
Well, you would have paid him $1 million.
We went twice, I think, and he gave him $300.
But you just pick what you give him.
Did
Does
he-
he
No,
charge
he
you?
tells you what he wants.
Oh,
But,
okay, all right.
And I understand that you can only make money off of a gringo here. I mean,
Right.
there's no options
I
for him.
understand.
So, you know, he uses that money
That's
to
a
do.
month's, that's
to
a
do
month's
his-
wages for a worker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, recently, this year at least, he had 24 Americans who came to him, all terminal cancer patients.
Oh my gosh.
22 are clear of cancer, 2 died.
Wow.
If you got
That's-
cancer,
that's
go
better
see
than
Don
the-
Candido and pay whatever
Whatever
he
he
wants.
wants.
You have nothing to lose.
Right.
That's better
He's
than
gonna
the,
die anyway.
that's better than
Better
Johns
odds.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he, is it hard for people to get in with him?
No.
I mean, because I would think a lot of people,
We-
I
we
I
would
can
do
make the
it.
appointment.
We can
no
take
problem.
you,
Oh, I'm clear. I'm not going right now.
just to make sure.
Get the hell out of here.
I would lay down, I would go see him.
He
I'm
has
thinking if I had-
drip. Can I have
if
a
I had-
pumpkin balloon?
Has
If
it-
I
has it
had
been-
it, I would.
Has it been 5 years?
No, it's been 3.
All right.
Are you still on those drugs?
Yeah.
Look at this look she's giving me. Go ahead.
You're going to be on the internet.
I know, you're going to be on the internet.
I'm going to be lying on God's Teflon in about 3 days.
Somebody poking at your feet.
But for women, they have to take their clothes off. It's
No,
only
you
men who
don't.
keep their
Can
clothes
you
on.
imagine? Can you imagine? That would be sin. I have a friend that teases us about coming to Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes,
Ever
"We're gonna
since
come down."
I've tried to explain to her in civilized terms what an intentional community is all about, she's been kidding me about. And
Well-
when are you gonna go to this commune again?
Robert sends me a thing on intentional communities, right? And I wrote back to him, I said, Robert, did you read this? And he
No.
goes, well, not all of it.
This is the wife swapping thing.
It was, and
That is
not
funny.
even just wives, it was like anything goes between consenting adults.
And
Like men on men.
And animals, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
like,
my
It's
God.
down near Dominicala.
We're not going there.
No, we're not going there.
Well, we'll be in that area.
Robert, did you read it?
That is
Well,
funny, Ginnee.
not all of it. Yeah, because
Oh,
this
that's
isn't
too funny.
exactly the intentional community that I
we
have.
intended.
And in fact, these people that were here last week, they've been looking at some of these places, and some of them are just like too weird.
Yeah.
You know, even my kids that are here. They looked at different ones to go to do their experience,
Right.
and they thought they were too weird and
Intentional
they're
community.
pretty
Yeah,
hip young
yeah.
people. And he said both of them said one of the reasons we picked you was because you had the blog and we could read, and it
Yeah.
was like the most normal of
Yeah.
all of the ones,
Oh,
if you
good.
can call it normal.
Use that photo